What's up guys, welcome back to a brand new video. So basically, people have still been going after Technoblade even though this whole thing went down about a week ago at this point. And let me just say, some of the replies of the people mad at him are just the juiciest bits of hypocrisy I've ever seen, and it's great. I mean, look, it's terrible that they're still going after him, and they're going after him for dumb reasons. But for the sake of comedy in a video, it's probably some of the best content. Like, the thing is, man, I didn't even have to make these up. I didn't have to put any effort, because they're doing it all for me. I mean, it is the easiest content I've ever seen. And they're doing it for me, which is probably the best part. Some people who aren't aware of what happened, basically Technoblade tweeted out a joke 4 years ago. Some people who had nothing better to do with their time decided to spend hours on hours just scrolling through Technoblade's thousands of tweets, and they found a joke that he made that they kind of found offense to. It wasn't that bad of a joke. It really wasn't. And it was just completely blown out of proportion. The majority of people said this is stupid, and unfortunately, it kind of, to my knowledge, it was the reason why Technoblade privated some of his old videos. So unfortunately, it did have some consequences. But in today's video, we're going to be checking out some of the replies of the people who were mad at Technoblade, who just completely broke their own rules. Like, it is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. If anything, it's a bit comical. It's almost laughable. It's not almost laughable. It is completely laughable. Quickly, please consider subscribing to the channel. I'm really trying to hit 100K before April so I can graduate high school with a silver play button, because that'd be pretty cool. Also, leave a like on the video for absolutely nothing. You heard that right? Absolutely nothing. Anyways, let's get right into these tweets. Alright, so let's get into the mindset together. So if I was to call someone out for a joke that I deemed offensive, what would be the best way to reply to them? 1, saying that I thought that their joke was offensive. Or 2, this is option B, to reply with something offensive, completely invalidating my position. I wonder what me, a completely sane person on twitter.com that may or may not run an account with a K-pop PFP, no shade at K-pop profiles, of course, just a few of them are a little bit tough. That's all I'm going to say, a little toxic. Or B, would I go with option A or B? Well, let's find out, boys. So this is the tweet. Basically, someone quote tweeted this and said KYS, which I think the majority of you know what that means. I'm trying to keep ads on these videos. But here's the thing. When I see this, I laugh, because this person is obviously mad at Technoblade for, making light heart of, sensitive topics. Okay. How do you respond to that? Literally saying KYS to someone. Huh? This completely blows my mind that in your response to someone making a joke that you found offensive, you decide to reply with something offensive. Does that not completely invalidate your original claim? And the thing is, Technoblade's tweet was obviously a joke. There's no way that you can see this and think it's a legitimate question or an attack or anything like that. But this reply, this quote retweet, isn't obviously a joke. I mean, I'm assuming, I hope. It just doesn't come off as lighthearted to me. But let's say that the owner of this account, which I blocked out for, important reasons, I'm against bullying and harassment. Please do not go and try and find this account. It's not worth it. Just let us make fun of them here in the YouTube video. Don't leave the YouTube video. But essentially, if you think about it, I don't think this was necessarily lighthearted. And if someone was lighthearted when they said this, is that any different from what oh my god. The lack of logic that this person went through, it just stopped my brain in the last clip right there. I literally started stuttering and stopped speaking because I just couldn't even begin to comprehend how they got from A to B. It was just absolutely impossible for me to even begin. I mean, the thing is, you're like, oh, I'm mad at someone for saying a joke in regards to sensitive issues. Let me reply with something in a sensitive issue. Oh my god. It's a Twitter thread of someone else who said KYS to Techno's reply. It's a different account, but same thing. You told someone to KYS and still try to cancel someone that didn't do as close to what you said honestly, and then insert. And then you know what they say? Why don't you go cry some more? What? What are you saying? When anyone questions you on your own actions, you literally say cry some more. I mean, I wish Technoblade, he wouldn't do this, but I kind of wish the Technoblade would quote retweet this person, their initial response, and say, cry some more. I would actually applaud to that, because that would just be funny, man. But here's the thing, if you're talking to someone and they respond to you, cry some more, unironically, which this is obviously unironic, they didn't want to respond, because they know that if they actually had to think about it and explain their thought process, they know that they would be in the wrong. So they're not going to want to think about this or explain it. They're just going to say, cry some more. It is the dumbest thing and the most infuriating thing when you unironically respond to someone, cry some more. It means you lost, in my opinion. It means you lost the argument and that you're in the wrong. This thread continues with the original guy saying, you're literally worse than Techno at this point. I can tell you're either going to say, didn't ask, or how about you cry some more, or straight up block me. And the person said, I'm not going to read this. And it's funny. So here's the thing. I don't think what Technoblade said was bad. I think it was just a joke. I mean, I'm not going to speak for everyone here. That's not my place. But honestly, I don't think it was that big of a deal. But the thing is, even if you did think it was a big deal, which this person who replied and said KYS, which you probably shouldn't do. This isn't 2016 Bleach humor on YouTube anymore, boys. Let's grow up a little bit. But anyways, if you actually took offense to this, why would you reply with something offensive, unironically? It just absolutely blows my mind. And then I love how this guy absolutely just read this person like a book, how they said they're going to reply like didn't ask or block them. Because while they said didn't read this, that's the same thing as didn't ask. I love how this person read that response, noticed that they were completely owned, and then just allowed themselves to be further owned by saying didn't read but okay. That's the same thing that didn't ask. He literally said what you were about. Oh my god. I have this theory, right? This is my theory, that Twitter.com has one brain cell, and that one brain cell is split and divided between the thousands of accounts like this. That is my theory. If you can prove me wrong, change my mind. Change my mind, boys. I don't think you can. The thread continues with someone saying, the guy just said, it's not even that much text. And the person replies, does it look like I care? Oh my, this is the same thread of someone says, oh. Dude, I don't even know how to start with these things. This is the stuff that actually makes me close my phone and like groan to myself and complain as I'm doing. I can't even do this commentary well because it's just upsetting for me to read. Let me just say one thing. If you really didn't care, you wouldn't respond, does it look like I care, or I don't care. Whenever you say that, especially with like Twitter, maybe if someone was like yelling at you in real life and you had no option but to respond to them, like maybe just walking away just wasn't an option. Maybe you say like, oh, I don't care what you're saying. But the thing is, on Twitter, there's always the option to just not reply to someone. But if you're replying to someone, you obviously care. You just want that kind of sick burn, which, you didn't ratio the guy and no one agreed with you. I'm sorry for me just pausing in the middle of my commentary to like groan and just get annoyed. But I've seen this tweet before. I literally edited it so I get rid of the names. I've read these tweets before many times, thinking about what I wanted to say. But even though I've seen them before, I still get angry when I read them. Honestly, it's just stuff like this. If anyone ever replies to me and is like, I don't care or didn't ask or anything like that, unironically, I honestly just don't care what your opinion is. Anyways, I'm going to take a little break in the content to ask if you are subscribed or you just subscribed. Consider also turning on the notifications because YouTube has been really nice to me recently by pushing my videos to homepage, but sometimes that's not always going to be the case. So if you want to make sure you always see my videos, make sure you turn on my notifications. Anyways, back to the content. It's just a lot of these tweets have been kind of recent. And like this person says, oh, why are all my oomphs following this person? I don't even know what an oomph is, and I don't really care to know. If you wanna educate me in the comment section about what an oomph is, like go ahead, man. Like sure, but I also it's not pertinent to my success. That information is not vital or critical to my success on the platform. But at the end of the day, go ahead if you want to let me know what that is. Let me just give my opinions on the whole situation in about 30 seconds. I've made like 1 or 2 other videos on the subject, and I've given like my more in-depth thoughts, but if you're new to the channel, you probably haven't seen my other videos. So basically, I don't think Technoblade's tweet was that bad at all. I mean, if he wants to retract his statement or his joke, then that's up to him. I don't think he should be forced to do that. I think, obviously, within context, it is a joke. And the thing is, a lot of people will say, well, Connor, these aren't like the groups that like you represent or are represented by you. Like, maybe you shouldn't be speaking on it. My comments, if you want to see people's opinions that are in those marginalized groups, go to my comment section. Literally go to my comment section. I was getting a comment like every minute saying, I am a insert blank in some certain group. And this was obviously a joke. This obviously wasn't offensive. And here's the thing. The context that these people completely leave out, and I forgot to add this in my recent video because this is damning. This right here is damning. Look at what Technoblade replied 5 years ago to someone. Look at what Technoblade replied to someone 5 years ago. You're not cool and edgy. If you want to use these words, I can't stop you, but I won't accept them here. This is how Techno actually feels on the matter. If people want to characterize his positions by a joke, an obvious joke, it is so obvious that is a joke, by an obvious joke that he made 4 years ago, but refuse to incorporate this into their understanding of him as a person. And everything he said for the last 4 years, that obviously wasn't a joke. He's been incredibly supportive. It's just frustrating to me when people refuse to look at context. They refuse to look at the bigger picture, and they intentionally, in my opinion, omit stuff like this in their final arguments. It's just annoying. Anyways, if you made it this far into the video, I want you to pause it in a second and comment Techno support or Technoblade support. The man needs it. Just have good stuff in the comment section, so for some reason he sees this video, that he's just flooded with good vibes down there, so comment Techno support. Anyways, if you haven't already done so, turn on my notifications, join my Discord server, link in description, follow me on Twitter, link in description. Thank you to the channel members, I appreciate you. Consider joining the channel by hitting that join button. Anyways, guys, I just want to say, we're so close to 100K, we might hit it this weekend, which is absolutely absurd, and I honestly can't thank you enough. I'm blessed to have all you guys watching me and listening to my stupid videos, and it means a lot. Peace.